go back here soon. kindergarten or first grade.
Oh, cool.
That's my first grade. What are you learning in school?
It was just him that day.
Oh, wow. Yeah, great. What position? So are you a junior 5 seconds? No. That is. Billion B. Yeah, nice to meet you. Thanks so much for presenting. You know me. Yes, we'll get back to you. Thank you. Also, like, I think they're flying. How are you? I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, it's the time. Yeah, it is. It's okay.
That's
Sorry.
true. I'm doing associated student.
Yeah.
That's good.
I just feel like, especially I saw like I feel like that was so important. So we are. After spring break next year. I wanted this next week because I still play. I'm fine with that. I wore those last year. Yes. Yes.
Very simple.
I think we're supposed to be getting a team.
It's mine. I take up the spot, I guess.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to reconvene the regular meeting of the board at 6:02 p.m. There were no actions taken in closed session. Can we have roll call, please?
Trustee Chin-Lao.
Here.
Trustee Aragon.
Present.
Trustee Gibson.
Here.
Trustee Silver.
Here.
Trustee Kwong.
Here.
Trustee Liu.
Here.
Trustee Wong.
Here.
Student Trustee Wong.
Here.
Thank you. We're going to now do the land acknowledgement. Trustee Aragon.
Pasadena City College is a learning community within the indigenous homelands of the people who have been known as the Gabrieleno Band of Mission Indians of the Shishiquana Village and Quiche Nation. Tonight, we acknowledge the painful history of genocide and forced removal from this land on which we gather. We also honor the legacy of the African diaspora and recognize that the United States, as we know it, was built at the often fatal expense of forcefully enslaved Black people. We are indebted to their labor and the labor of many Black and brown bodies that continue to work in the shadows for our collective benefit. PCC and its faculty, staff, and students recognize that we are simultaneously teachers, learners, and guests on these lands. This acknowledgement is a small part of an ongoing process of working to raise awareness about histories that are too often erased or forgotten, to recognize our place in this history, and to affirm our commitment to social justice, systemic change, and anti-racism.
Thank you, Trustee Aragon. We're now going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Trustee Kwong, would you like to lead us in the pledge today?
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. We're going to go for the approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Liu. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Gibson. We're going to, any discussion? We'll move to a vote. Student Trustee?
Aye.
Everyone else, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Thank you. Next item, introductions and recognitions. We do have a recognition today, and I think I'm going to hand it over to the Chief to do the introduction. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
I appreciate the opportunity to address you tonight in a favorable way, not a negative way. So don't get scared. Okay. It's been a privilege and honor serving this institution for over 21 years, 16 or 14 years as the chief of police here. Every once in a while in our profession, we are called to do our duty, but there's moments in time in that profession where our either spirituality or morality, our training, our experience comes into play when we do our job. And in those moments of stress, that training comes into play automatic. There's times where they are called to go above and beyond their actions of a normal day here at PCC. Our officers who dedicate their time and time away from their families to support this community. So I appreciate them and the work they do. Today we're here to celebrate and recognize Officer Dispain, who served this community for over 20 years. In his regular normal patrol day, he had no idea he was going to be called to action to do his training and experience to respond above and beyond his normal responsibilities. On one fateful day, he was able to save a life who, when he responded to a call for service, the person was unresponsive, unconscious, not breathing. Due to his training, his calm demeanor, and his experience, he was able to resuscitate this person, provide first aid care, immediate first aid care, and revive the person before paramedics came. I'd like to recognize him in front of the board and this campus community for his service, his undying, wavering dedication to our community, and his demonstration of what it takes to be a law enforcement officer here in this diverse community. So I'd like to applaud him and his family. He brings great credit upon himself, and he does uphold the motto of our department, vigilance, valor, and honor. So I know there is a certificate there, and I'd like you to present that to him. But I would like to show everybody, we in law enforcement, this is a ribbon to demonstrate and show everyone what he has done. This is a life-saving ribbon. So he will wear this proudly on his uniform to show that his duty to service went above and beyond that fateful day.
Colleagues, if you'll join me at the podium, we'll present a certificate. Oh, my first time on this side of the podium. I'm joined with my colleagues here today, right now. Thank you, Chief, by the way, for that introduction and the description of the incredible service Officer Despain has performed for our community. And so we have a certificate of recognition for you. The Board of Trustees of the Pasadena Area Community College District hereby honors Officer Michael Despain in recognition of your service to the students, faculty, staff, and community of our college. And we're presenting this to you today, April 9th, 2025. Thank you very much. Thank you. And thank you again to our incredible police department, but certainly Officer Despain, for your act of bravery and service to our community. I wanted to make sure if any of my colleagues wanted to say anything, just in case, if I haven't already said it all.
I just want to say congratulations to you and your family. I know I've had the pleasure of working with the police department here on campus for many years. I remember back in the days, I won't go back that far, but I was even on your hiring committee, Chief, and I think we've done a wonderful job, and I think thank you for your service and for the protection of this entire community.
Great. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you again. All right. Moving forward with our agenda today. Do we have any public comments on agenda items or non-agenda items?
We do not have any public comments.
Thank you, Trustee Liu. We'll move now to approval of the minutes of our last regular business meeting, March 12th. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Student Trustee Wong. Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Trustee Aragon. Any discussion? Okay, we'll move to a vote. Student Trustee?
Aye.
Everybody else, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Thank you. Okay. Next, do we have any board committees for reporting out? Trustee Liu.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. The facility subcommittee met yesterday. Have a couple updates. A lot of it is going to be on the agenda that we're going to look at today, but just by way of previewing a couple things and also highlighting the great work of our facilities team. So just on very top, I want to congratulate everyone at PCC, especially the folks related on facilities for putting on a wonderful ribbon cutting for the Serafian building. I know it was no small feat getting everything set up, but it was such a wonderful event, and I know everyone really appreciated it. And special shout out, of course, to Executive Director Richard Lorette. You know, this wouldn't be possible without you, Director Lorette, and of course, Executive Director Darlene Inda, and everyone else who's made all this possible. In terms of the updates that we got yesterday, just wanted to highlight a couple ones. So as everyone's driven by campus, you've seen the mirror pools under renovation and inside the Sexton Auditorium as well. So construction's moving forward with the mirror pools. They've are working on the underground utilities right now. For Sexton Auditorium, as my board colleagues are aware, they are refurbishing the chairs, so they're going to be reinstalled starting mid-April, and I guess with the expected date of completion sometime in the summer for both. Another couple updates, the Veterans Resource Center, relocation to Science Village. The design is in the final stages, and one of the items today is actually regarding securing construction and project management services for the relocation. And we're also securing a contractor and project inspection services for door replacements for the Center of the Arts, and that's also an agenda item today. And one last item that I wanted to highlight that I'm particularly excited about because it's in my trustee area is the Rosemead campus. So the team has been working hard, and because of their hard work, now they've secured a SQL consultant, and then they're in process of selecting a design and project management team too. And this document that was presented to all my fellow colleagues has a timeline for some of that RFP process and the timeline for selecting contractors to work on this. So things, as you can see, are continuing to push along, and we're gonna, have these agenda items to discuss and vote on later on. But I just wanted to thank again the hard work of everyone who made this possible.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to add from the committee that we're also looking forward to reports on the movement towards sustainability. That's what we had asked for also. Thanks.
Thank you, Trustee Gibson.
Okay, any other committees? Great. We will now move to our combined consent calendar for the approval of items F1 through H30.
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Silver. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Liu. Any discussion? Okay, we'll move to a vote. Student Trustee?
Aye.
Everyone else all in favor?
Aye. That
That passes unanimously. Next is our personnel consent calendar, items I2 to I4. Student Trustee does not vote on this item. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Thank you. Moved by Trustee Aragon. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Gibson. Discussion? Okay, we'll move to a vote on the personnel consent calendar. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Any objections? Abstentions? One abstention. Thank you. And that passes. Next is our action items. Our first action item is to receive the initial sunshine proposal for negotiations for the 2025 to 2028 contract period from the Pasadena City College Police Officers Association to the district. Can I get a motion to receive?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Liu. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Silver. Personnel items, so Student Trustee does not vote. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Next is the approval of the Memorandum of Understanding regarding the abolition of classifications between the district and our CFT. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Moved by Trustee Gibson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Liu. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Next is the appointment of our Measure PCC Citizens Bond Oversight Committee members. Thank you, colleagues, for appointing your appointees for this important bond oversight committee. Do I have a motion to approve these appointments?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Silver. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Oh, seconded by Trustee Argon. Perfect. Thank you. Any discussion? No, thanking everybody for their service like we did last time. Okay.
That comes at the end.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will move on to vote on this item. Student trustee,
Aye.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Thank you. Next, resolution number 847 in recognition of California Community College Month. Motion to approve.
So moved?
Moved by student trustee Wong. Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by trustee Kwong. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote. Student trustee,
Aye.
everyone is all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And that passes unanimously. Thank you. Recognizing this important month. Next is resolution number 848 in commemoration of the 110th anniversary of the Armenian Genocide and Armenian Heritage Month here at PCC for the month of April 2025. Do I have a motion to approve this?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Silver. Do we have a second?
Second.
Oh, that was everybody.
No,
I heard trustee Chen Lao first, so I'll say trustee Chen Lao. Everybody wanted a second. I totally agree with this. Okay, do we have any discussion on this item?
I just have a couple of things. I know that on our webpage, you okay to hear me? Because I know that's okay.
We hear you.
I just want to make sure, and again, I completely appreciate the notification, but there was what I want to say is that anything that we could get a heads up on in regards to these events, I know, Audrey, you do a great job in doing that, but I think especially this month, I'm looking at our webpage, so please invite us, and I'll speak for myself, but yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move to a vote. Student trustee,
Aye.
everyone is all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Next, resolution number 849 commemorating Black Student Success Week.
Move to approve.
Moved by trustee Gibson. Do I have a second?
Second?
Student trustee Wong. Any discussion? Okay, we'll move to a vote. Student trustee,
Aye.
everyone else all in favor?
Aye.
Any objections? Any abstentions? Okay, I consider that unanimous. Next is resolution number 850 in recognition of Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Silver. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by trustee Aragon. Any discussion? Okay, we'll move to a vote. Student trustee Wong.
Aye.
Everyone else all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Thank you. And then next is approve additions and modifications to the credit and non-credit curriculum. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve.
Moved by trustee Gibson. Do I have a second?
Okay.
Seconded by trustee Liu. Okay, any discussion? All right, we'll move to a vote. Student trustee,
Aye.
everyone else all in favor?
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Thank you. Next, we move to our information items. Superintendent President's report. Dr. Gomez.
Is this working? It is. Great. Good evening, everyone. I'm pleased to share some updates from across our PCC community. First, I am very proud that our board just passed a resolution declaring April 2025 as Armenian Heritage Month, not only commemorating the 110th anniversary of the Armenian Genocide, but also honoring the rich culture, resilience, and contributions of the Armenian people. By recognizing and consistently remembering the Armenian Genocide and other atrocities of the past and present, we help protect cultural and historical memory and take steps toward ensuring such horrors are never repeated. This is a month for both reflection and celebration, and a powerful reminder that we must all continue working toward peace. Outside of Armenia, Los Angeles County is home to the largest population of Armenians in the world. And PCC is proud to be home to one of the most vibrant Armenian communities in higher education. Many of our students and colleagues have family members who experienced the Armenian Genocide firsthand, or continue to feel the impact of its ongoing denial. I want to thank PCC Jean for earlier this week organizing a student and staff mixer to kick off this month of recognition. This week, however, is also Adult Education Week, and I want to take a moment to recognize and thank our incredible non-credit and adult education faculty and staff led by Dr. Francisco Suarez. Your commitment to expanding opportunity and empowering adult learners is inspiring. You play a critical role in transforming lives, building brighter futures, and strengthening the communities that we serve. Thank you for all you do. As you know, and it's been mentioned already, we marked the official opening of our Serafian building last week with a special celebration and ribbon cutting. Thank you to all of our trustees for attending and for your dedication in making this building a reality. It was wonderful, and it was a long-awaited celebration, and it's because of you that we were able to open the building with our incredible facility staff and college community. The building is going to house many of our STEM programs and features lecture spaces, cutting-edge science and simulation labs, study halls, and meeting spaces. And if you've been in the building, particularly on the top floors, all of this while also having the most beautiful view of the San Gabriel Valley. It will serve as a key hub for teaching, study, research, and learning, and we are looking forward to continuing to transition our instructional programs and the Student Health Center into the new building through this spring semester and into the summer. We also continue to celebrate our colleagues' accomplishments. One in particular I want to mention. I want to congratulate Monica Marshall, chair of our Kinesiology, Health, and Athletics Division, who has been named the 2024-2025 Kinesiology Educator of the Year by the California Community College Physical Education, Kinesiology, and Dance Association. This is an amazing, wonderful, and well-deserved honor for this very special faculty member. In the area of sustainability, I have exciting news to share with you all. PCC has been selected to participate in the Decarbonization Academy, a prestigious initiative from the Association for the Advancement of Sustainability in Higher Education. As part of this program, our college will work with peer institutions over 6 months to create actionable decarbonization strategies that support our 2030 climate goals. We also have been working in partnership with Pasadena Water and Power, which is essential to our work as we continue to explore joint renewable energy initiatives as well as improvements to EV infrastructure across all of our campus sites. And as approved tonight in item H17, and I want to thank our trustees for approving this, we're excited to move forward with the purchase of another 2 new electric passenger vans, another step towards fully electrifying our fleet. Thank you to the board for your continued leadership in keeping sustainability at the forefront. Finally, we remain committed to supporting the recovery and rebuilding of our region. I recently had the honor of sharing some of our efforts with the California Community College's Board of Governors, thanks to an invitation from Chancellor Sonia Christian. We are continuing to develop important initiatives in data analytics, career technical education, and leadership and service. And soon, we look forward to sharing more with you all about these exciting opportunities. Now to close, I'm excited to introduce one of our esteemed chemistry faculty members, Jillian Blotti, who's here with us, for our next presentation. She's going to be sharing details about some of the wonderful research, mentorship, and professional development opportunities that are available to our chemistry students. These experiences are just some of the examples of the student programs that you all, our Board of Trustees, approves each month, including tonight with Board Item G1. I'm looking forward to learning more from Professor Blotti. Thank you all. That concludes my report. Professor Blotti?
Professor.
Thank you for the kind introduction, Jose, and thank you for the invitation to be here this evening. I'm very excited to tell you the story of the PCC NanoStars undergraduate research program in synthetic biology here at PCC, which is in collaboration with Caltech, UCLA, and UCSB, and funded through the NSF Future Manufacturing Program. You can see up on the slide the most recent cohort of PCC NanoStars who just got back from the American Chemical Society National Meeting, where we presented on our research. These are my amazing collaborators: Elisa Franco from the Department of Bioengineering at UCLA, Deborah Feigenson, the Department of Physics at UCSB, and Paul Rodemund from the Departments of Computer Science and Biology at Caltech. I lead the education and workforce development aspect of this grant. An undergraduate research program in DNA nanotechnology was implemented in the summer of 2022 here at PCC. A diverse team of PCC students was selected to participate in the program. A review of applications fortuitously arrived at an all-female team. Again in 2023, a review of applications fortuitously arrived at an all-female team to participate in this modern research in synthetic biology. We begin the program with the Research Techniques Boot Camp at UCLA, which often occurs in June. The PCC students are led through a series of laboratory activities that increase in complexity throughout the week and are led by graduate students, postdocs, and professors. They work in the Franco Lab for 4 days. They stay in Westwood, and there's a lot of opportunity for network, bonding, and informal discussions about careers through dinners and lunches. Then we come back to the research labs at PCC, which you can see a picture of here in E101. We do authentic research focused on synthetic DNA condensates. This cutting-edge research is done in collaboration, of course, with our team at UCLA, UCSB, and Caltech. Biomolecular condensates have implications in nanotechnology, nanomedicine, and even the origins of life on Earth. A DNA nanostar self-assembles from 4 strands of DNA that we design in the laboratory. A PCC nanostar is an undergraduate researcher involved in this program. We design the DNA so that it forms a network and condenses into a fluorescent liquid. You can see that the PCC students work as a network, a collaborative network, to accomplish the research objectives set forth by the team. Biomolecular condensates are a recent discovery in biology. They're not even in the textbooks, biology or chemistry textbooks yet, and our students here are learning these invaluable techniques in the laboratory. Shown here is a simulation of a 4-armed DNA nanostar that my students created in the laboratory. We currently have a paper out for review, a publication out for review regarding the design and implementation of oxygenase to study these catalytic DNA nanostars. I feel so grateful to work with these amazing students in research. They've done exceptional scientific work and important work in education as outreach, as you'll see. The PCC nanostars have the opportunity to participate in an entire scientific campaign, from the inception of an idea to the dissemination of results. So here are a few pictures of us presenting our research at national conferences at Loyola Marymount and in Long Beach at the National Conference for Undergraduate Research. This one was particularly special because one of the students won a presentation award in the engineering division for her presentation on our research. Here's the most recent cohort of nanostars. So you see Cynthia, Emily, Gracious, Megan, and Eliana. And to the right, you see our team from UCLA, UCSB, and Caltech at the Research Techniques Bootcamp. We're in front of the UCLA Bruin, as you can see. Here are the students having a really great time in the laboratory doing our work, right? This is the E building. You can see Gracious pipetting DNA strands. You can see our students visualizing the molecular condensates using UV light. And you can also see our students simulating the catalytic DNA nanostars. The students achieved remarkable scientific results in a very short time period. And you can see that in this beautiful figure created by Emily Turkazarian, who transferred to UCLA and is continuing to do this research in our collaborators' lab. We're currently writing the results of this research into a publication for ACS. So the PCC nanostars, a couple weeks ago, presented our research. They presented 2 posters at ACS, one about localizing biochemical reactions to DNA liquids, and the other about programming these biochemical reactions within the liquids. So here we are at ACS, presenting our research. Here are the students proudly discussing our work with other collaborators in the field. Here's Emily presenting our work to Professor Ted. Emily discussing our research with Professor Jaramillo, who we would like to thank for her support of our research program. There's Emily and Gracious. And there are the nanostars engaged in deep conversation about our research, forming new ideas and future directions in the laboratory. And lastly, Gracious is explaining how we turn these reactions on and off within a particular layer of condensates. When we got back from the conference, the students reflected upon this experience, and they reported that this experience enhanced their ability to communicate science. It increased their confidence as a scientist, and it gave them a science identity and a sense of belonging to the scientific community. One nanostar said that it made me feel confident in my ability to understand and present complex scientific concepts. Another said it encouraged me and made me feel a sense of belonging. When asked what their favorite part of ACS was, and/or the poster session, they loved talking to peers, professors, and students about their research. They liked seeing the research of other undergraduates in the country. And they attended information sessions about graduate school and the student programming. When asked if they had any particularly meaningful interactions at ACS, they sought out research based on their interests, such as cancer research. They received meaningful feedback from their peers. They connected with other groups and discovered similarities between what we are doing and what the other groups are doing. And they noticed intersections and synergy between the different research projects, and this is on a national level. In an open reflection about ACS, they said that they became more confident in science. They realized that the organic chemistry reactions that they were learning here in our chemistry classes at PCC were directly applicable to cancer research, which motivated and inspired them to study hard in their classes. They felt like they belonged in a professional scientific setting. It reinforced and solidified their decisions to pursue research in the future. And one nanostar even said that it makes me believe that I am capable of achieving more than I can imagine. So meanwhile, back in the laboratories at PCC, the nanostars were actually teaching our research in the courses. So you can see Gracious, you can see Heather, and you can see Emily teaching my chemistry to be students how to form DNA condensates in the laboratory. You can see the students having fun, enjoying themselves, doing modern research in synthetic biology in our courses here at Pasadena City College. This is research that is done at Caltech and UCLA. Here, Vanessa and I, again, are showing students how to pipette and to form solutions of nanostars. Once again, Vanessa Gonzalez, who you'll hear about a little bit later, teaching students how to pipette, visualize DNA, and quantify DNA. And lastly, students actually made three-dimensional models of the nanostars with 3D printed materials, and this is a shout out to Deborah Feigenson, our collaborator at UCSB, who designed and printed all of those parts for my students. So a unique part of this research program is that I mentor students in teaching and outreach as well as science. And this enhances their communication, collaboration, and it gives them invaluable teaching experience. So shout out to Selena. She was part of Cohort 1, Nanostars. You can see her imaging the condensates, and this is a simulation that she generated using OxDNA. She gained further experience at Caltech after being a nanostar, and now she's continuing to do this type of research at UCLA. She also won the Barry Goldwater Scholarship in 2023, which is a very prestigious scholarship. The nanostars have been helping me teach this for 3 years in my courses, since the program began. And a new effort is to create accessible YouTube videos that teach students how to simulate nanostars, make nanostars, and even order the DNA to their homes if they would like, in an effort to increase our reach and broaden the impact. So my Chemistry 2B students loved this. We actually just completed it last week in the course. And these are their words in post-surveys. They said, "My experience working in a modern synthetic biology lab has changed me, shaping not only my scientific and technical skills, but also my mindset, values, and approach to research and collaboration." They loved modeling DNA enzymes and using this visualization software. They liked manipulating the structures. They said it reinforced their understanding of how DNA and enzymes interact at the atomic level. They said it was like looking at the Milky Way in space where the stars were gathered. They said it was so beautiful, and I agree. They loved the direct and engaging teaching style, and they absolutely loved the passion of the professors and learning assistants who were teaching them. The nanostars and I also taught these lessons at Girls Science Day last year, and we plan to do so again in a couple of weeks, inspiring the younger generation of female scientists. And they absolutely loved it as well. We participated in Pi Day, Research and Internship Panel, last year and this year, where the PCC nanostars shared their experiences in research with peers. This was very inspirational. And congratulations to Cohort 2 of the PCC nanostars, who just published their first academic paper on our research. This is a major accomplishment, and of course it sets them so far ahead on their academic journey. We have 3 more papers that are currently under revision right now. So lastly, here's what the nanostars had to say about their experience in the NSF Future Manufacturing Research Program. They talked about the diversity of the group and the positive interdependence. They talked about the optimal learning environment and the leadership that motivates and drives a team. They learned that scientific experiments truly are a collaborative effort. They learned that the scientific method is a dynamic and iterative process. They learned how to navigate the scientific literature. They learned how to troubleshoot and developed critical thinking skills. They developed confidence when doing science and research skills. And they thought it was exciting to be on an adventure that explored the unknown and pushed the frontiers of knowledge. Vanessa Gonzalez, who transferred to Cal State LA and continued to do research in chemistry, said that her overall experience with the summer research program was empowering, confidence-boosting, and enlightening. It gave her a sense of belonging. She said the program was supportive, and she made meaningful bonds with her nanostars. She said the idea of pursuing a PhD is very appealing now. Fabiana Paredes, who has exceptional scientific talent, she was grateful for the experience. She said the group was encouraged and motivating. She talked about the power of collaboration and the importance of teamwork. She said that she developed confidence in speaking her mind, and more than anything, she developed a way of communicating and expressing herself that she didn't think she was capable of. She said she wanted to be a researcher. This was 2 years ago. And in very recent news, as of last week, she accepted a PhD position at the University of Maryland in the Environmental Studies program. So I'm so proud of Fabiana. And as a scientist and educator, this is the most transformative educational experience I have been a part of. It's been a true honor and privilege to mentor these students in their early career research experiences. The nanostars themselves understand that this is a transformative experience, and they say that it's catalyzed their research ambitions. They've learned the value of uplifting underrepresented groups in STEM in their words. And they understand that they've become scientists, scholars, and leaders. If this has not already come through, this is a female empowerment program that lifts up underrepresented groups in STEM, doing incredibly high-impact modern research. And because we are a network of nanostars, those that have transferred and moved on and are now in PhD programs always come back and share their experiences with the students. So this is Jennifer Portillo. She was my earliest research student here 11 years ago. And she's just about to finish her PhD at Washington University St. Louis School of Medicine. And so she's sharing her experience with the team. Here's Vanessa Gonzalez, leading a research and outreach to young high school girls, once again underscoring the diversity in STEM and the importance of women in science. These are smiley faces made out of DNA. This is what my collaborator at Caltech is famous for. And these are things that we can make here in the laboratory of PCC. With that, I would like to thank you for your attention and support of this equitable and impactful research program. I would once again like to thank my wonderful PCC NanoStar students. I just recently recruited the new cohort, a couple of whom are in the audience. I'd like to thank my collaborators at Caltech, so Paul Rodemund at Caltech, Elisa Franco at UCLA, Deborah Feigenstein at UC Santa Barbara, their students who have been instrumental in designing and implementing the boot camp at UCLA. I'd like to thank Dr. Jaramillo once again for her support of the program, and Shalita Gutter for everything she does. I'd love to thank all of the great teachers who have inspired me, all of the amazing students I've worked with here at PCC and through outreach. And last but not least, I'd love to thank my family for their love and support. Thank you again for your attention.
Thank you, Professor, for, just a very incredible program and an incredible presentation. Do my colleagues have any? Trustee Silver.
Hi, thank you very much. This was inspiring, and you make us so proud, and our students make us so proud. Thank you. So I have a question. Does the research, is this program a year-long, school year-long program? Or? That's
a great question. I didn't mention that. So the way that we designed it was to focus in on the summer, right, because students are taking classes throughout the year. So what's amazing about this is we work for 6 weeks in the summer. That's it. And they have achieved unbelievable scientific results. And I think it's a testament to the wonderful students, the collaborative community, and the ideas. I think the ideas are really good and solid. So in that short time period, they're able to get publishable results that are pushing the boundaries of science. It's remarkable. And then throughout the year, we do teaching, right, in my courses, outreach at various events, and writing, of course. We've been doing a lot of writing lately. Thank you.
Trustee Chen-Lau?
Congratulations on the program and your leadership, and obviously your love for chemistry really resonates with the students and through your presentation. My question is, now that we have the Serafian building and we have the laboratories and classrooms, what do you see as an impact into your program, and do you see the utilization of that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we're already thinking about it. So in the E-building, we have these 2 wonderful microscopes which really help in our research. And we're looking to incorporate some more of those microscopes in the Serafian building. And so just today, I was in there teaching my Chemistry 2B course, and we were doing some of this stuff in there. So kind of translating some of the stuff that happens in the E-building over to Serafian. And of course, we're publishing these modules so that other people can do these experiments as well in their courses. So serving really as a model, like the Caltech students and the UCLA students are also going to be doing these labs. So it's just showing that we're right at that level, which is awesome.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Trustee Liu?
Yeah, just wanted to congratulate you, Professor. I had the opportunity to be at the Pi Day conference, and I think it's obvious from this presentation, but one thing that struck me there was just the community that you and your colleagues have helped create. I think for a lot of, and I know this is for women in STEM, I know a lot of them come from underrepresented backgrounds, might be the first in their family to go to college. So I think having this community really furthers them succeeding in the career. And really, I think, pardon the pun, but the bonds that they build are really what stood out to me. So thank you again, Professor, for all the work that you did.
Thank you so much for your kind words. I appreciate that.
Trustee Aragon?
Of course, congratulations again. I just want to again highlight that UCLA is on here. Go Bruins, first and foremost. A copy of this presentation, was it in our packet? I'd like to make sure we get a copy of the presentation. Is that?
We'll get it.
Okay, thank you for that. And then I like that they had the opportunity to meet students from Puerto Rico, which is fantastic. I've been there a couple times myself on business and pleasure. So I'm glad that happened. So hope that continues, that they make that connection. And again, with the women in STEM is so important. So my question is, are you working with the MESA program on campus? Have you worked with the MESA program?
Yeah, there's synergy with MESA. We draw students from MESA. Many students from MESA have worked with me in research. What I didn't mention was we've been doing research here I've been here 12 years, so 12 years. And it initially wasn't as big and formal as this. It was kind of, a little bit more informal. And so a lot of students from MESA were coming over and working with me in the lab on Friday nights because it was the only place that we can get space. And we were doing that for a while, and that led to all of this and the collaborations that we have. So I tell my students, do what you're passionate about, and you never know where it's going to lead you. So absolutely, we work with anyone on campus who's interested, yeah.
Trustee Silver?
Hi. How are students selected to be a part of this program, and are there many more students who would like to do this than there are spots for?
Great question. So I put out an application, and I put it everywhere, MESA, all over campus, and then I review them. So it's me who reviews them, and I ask, lots of really great questions, not just about like scientific background or anything. You don't have to have a scientific background to participate, because that's what this is about. It's about training them, getting them up to the level quickly. And so, I guess I've done a pretty good job of like selecting students, but there are so many that unfortunately, we have 5 slots that are paid. And occasionally, some students will want to come in who just for the experience, right? Not even to have a stipend, so that happens as well. But there's many, many more. Like I would say for 5 slots, I have over 50 applications. Yeah, I know. So I'm trying to think of other ways to serve the students. It's amazing. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you're here because whatever we can do to lend support to the administration to serve those students, that population, I think that would be excellent. So I'm sorry, I had to jump in on that one.
No worries. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you so much for the
Thank you so
presentation. Thank you for your time. Okay, we'll move on to our next item then, colleagues. Our next item is categorized as an information item with possible action. This item has been included on our agenda because of our board bylaws. I see him already doing it. Mr. Ray, please approach the speaker stand. For this item, I've been told that we've had extensive conversations already here with staff and leadership at the college about this topic, and our speaker is here today in order to share his views with the board. I want to take a moment to also reiterate the board's confidence in our college's faculty, staff, and students that engage with cultural celebrations here at PCC. Many of us frequently attend these events, and we are glad to have them be such a prominent part of this institution's cultural life. For this item, our speaker will have 5 minutes to address the meeting, and staff will help with timing. So whenever you're ready, Mr. Ray.
Hello, how are you doing? I'm not used to doing public speaking, so the first minute or so is something that I've written down that's scripted, so please excuse the lack of eye contact. Okay, I am a current Pasadena resident, a former PCC student, PCC employee, and a Foundation of Black American raised here throughout the San Gabriel Valley, from Pasadena to Arcadia to Morovia and back. I am here tonight to reclaim and restore the legacy of the foundational Black American nationally recognized observances of Black History Month and Juneteenth. Sometime within the last 5 to 10 years or so, PCC has covertly changed the naming, color scheme, branding, and meaning of Black History Month and Juneteenth. It's taken on the identity and ideology of Pan-Africanism, heritage, instead of holding true to the observances nationally recognized by Black American origins. I have provided all of you with presentation with images of Black History Month and Juneteenth facts, and also examples of specifically Black American traditions, heritage, history, ethnicity, and identity. First, I would like to talk about the actions that I would like taken or like to be done. I would like for PCC or the board to legislate and restore only the use of the nationally recognized name of Black History Month instead of Black Heritage Month. Also would like them to legislate, or you to legislate and restore only the use of an all Black and or red, white, and blue color scheme for Black History Month and Juneteenth to reference American Black pride and American national pride. Also, I know this is probably asking for a lot, but I would like you to email and apologize or an apology letter to all students, past and present, faculty, and staff for misrepresenting Black History Month and Juneteenth with a non-American Pan-African color scheme instead of an American Black pride or American national pride color scheme. If you look on the presentation, sorry everybody, I couldn't put it on the screen, but I have a legacy rundown with 4 basic Black History Month and Juneteenth facts and 6 distinct FBA lineage items. I won't focus on the lineage items because that's more for just education. I'll just focus on the facts today, specifically going over what the founder of Negro History Week, which eventually became Black History Month, and I'll go over the original presidential message of Black History Month, the Congress legislation of Black History Month, and the Congress documentation of Juneteenth. All right, founder of Negro History Week and Black History Month. Carter G. Woodson, who is considered the father of Black history, sent out a press release announcing the launch of Negro History Week in February 1926, which ultimately evolved into Black History Month. Well aware of the pre-existing birthdays, celebrations of President Lincoln and Frederick Douglass by Black communities during the second week of February, Woodson built Negro History Week and around traditional days of commemorating the Black past. He chose February for reasons of tradition and reform, asking the public to extend their study of Black history, not to create a new tradition. Next fact would be from the original presidential message of Black History Month. On February 10th, 1976, President Gerald R. Ford issued a message recognizing Black History Month, becoming the first president to do so. President Ford called upon the public to seize, this is his quote, seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. Next fact, third, Congress legislation of Black History Month. In 1986, Congress passed Public Law 99-244, which designated February 1986 as National Black Afro-American History Month. The law further directed President Reagan to issue Presidential Proclamation 5443, which proclaimed that the foremost purpose of Black History Month is to make all Americans aware of the struggle for freedom and equality and equal opportunities. Is that 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you for your presentation. Yes, thank you for sharing this information with us. Thank you for your time. Okay. We'll move now to our next item on our agenda. Item M1, announcements by shared governance representatives and Board of Trustees. And we'll start over with associated students.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. The board would like to report we had a successful event last week, Afro April, hosted by our Chief Justice Vincent, where we acknowledged Black faculty and staff and had a mixer with live jazz. And I wanted to shout out Professor Ray Briggs. He teaches African American music history, and he shredded on that sax during that event. Just want to throw that out there too. Our VP of Campus Activities, Allegra, also had a successful March Madness event, bringing out the competitive side of our students through the art of basketball. We have also provided spaces for our students to de-stress through various events such as March Meditation and Leave Your Worries Behind. And I like this one in particular as we learn how to care for plants and in doing so, how to care for ourselves. We have also started our process of elections for next year's associated students. So we had an open house this last Tuesday and had a great turnout of interested candidates. We are going to have our Earth Day Festival on April 22nd from 10 to 2 out in the quad. We're going to have a bunch of flower arranging, planting, carnival games, and much more at this Earth Day event. We're also planning on to table and help coordinate the Health and Wellness Fair on May 6th out in the quad as well. And I also just wanted to take the time to thank all of our student workers, as next week during spring break, I believe, is National Student Worker Week. And these are our front desk workers, they are our tutors, our mentors, and leaders on campus. And I believe this should be recognized to a certain level. I also just wanted to highlight our student advisor, Equipos, Music as Artivism, Resistance, Culture, and Storytelling event on April 21st from 11:30 to 1:30 in the Circadian, where they'll have a short lecture by the one and only DJ Sizzle. She was out during the PCC 100 event. Just want to throw that out there. And there's going to be some great DJ music, and there's going to be some good food as well. And on a side note, with conjunction with Ale, there will be a coffee night on April 30th from 4 to 6 downstairs in the Wi-Fi lounge, where we'll mingle and create a sense of community amongst our staff, faculty, and students on campus. I invite the board and the PCC community to come out and support our students through these various events. And finally, as we get near the end of our semester, AIS is always committed and dedicated to our students, and we look forward to our conjoint meeting in the next board meeting. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Ooh, it kind of hurts to hear you guys already doing your elections. That means our time with you guys is winding down, but we're very excited to see what next great leaders come up. But thank you both for your leadership. Classified Senate.
All right, good afternoon, Board of Trustees and PCC community. So first off, we're excited to announce that the Classified Senate has launched our first newsletter, which was sent out April 2nd. In this issue, we highlighted upcoming meetings, professional development, funding opportunities, and college council committees in need of participation. Our next issue will be dedicated to classified appreciation. We look forward to sharing that with all classified on May 1st. Additionally, we're pleased to announce that Classified PD Day is scheduled for Friday, May 16th. We have a lineup of workshops covering both professional and personal development topics. The sessions will include practical skills such as understanding payroll and our pay stubs, experimenting with AI, addressing compassion fatigue through therapeutic art practices, and exploring entrepreneurial opportunities with the SBC, as well as a fun little bingo game hosted by yours truly. Registration details will be sent out in late April, so please be sure to look out for that information. We also want to remind everyone that the first year experience FYE open house will take place on Saturday, May 31st this year. The outreach team invites all academic programs to participate in the resource fair. If you're interested in volunteering or need more information, please reach out to Angie Alvarez. We'd also like to take a moment to welcome our newest classified staff member. Shout out to you newbies. Please join me in welcoming Maria Lara, Kimberly Ryan, Miranda Valdoscona, Jacqueline Venezuela, and Wai-Fun Wong. And that's all for me. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go to Management Association.
Yes, good evening. On Friday, April 4th, the Management Association held its monthly meeting. The MA's general membership gathered to read and approve several board policies and administrative procedures, report on the various committees we serve on, and share updates on the work happening across our areas. Additionally, we too kicked off our election processes for 2 open positions for the upcoming academic year, president and coordinator. Nominations are currently open, and we look forward to announcing the results and welcome the new board members in the coming weeks. We also shared that our MA retreat, our annual retreat, will take place on Thursday, June 26th, where this event continues to be a meaningful space for us to connect, learn, and grow together as leaders in service to our college community. On behalf of the MA, we also want to express our gratitude to Dr. Gomez and the board for the appointments of the interim vice president of Student Services and Business Administrative Services. Congratulations to our own Armando Duran, my supervisor, on his appointment, and we warmly welcome Julie Gutierrez to the college's leadership team. And when the time does come to begin the process for permanent selections, please know that the MA stands ready to support that work. As I mentioned at last week's MA meeting, I want to reaffirm the Management Association's commitment to shared governance. We recognize that shared governance is not just a structure, it's a mindset that values communication, collaboration, and collective responsibility. Just as our colleagues in the Classified Senate and Academic Senate model active engagement and representation for their broad constituencies, the MA pledges the same commitment. We take pride in being an inclusive voice for managers across the campus that moves PCC forward. Thank you, and Urach Hai Mushagwiti Amis, or in English, Happy Armenian Heritage Month.
Thank you. Academic Senate.
Good evening. On March 14th, I was graciously invited to attend Dr. Gomez's presentation to Chancellor Sonia Christian and other important individuals, including Senator Sasha Renee Perez, regarding PCC's response to the Eaton fires and plans for recovery initiatives. This important work will be pivotal for PCC and our community. Also on March 14th, faculty and staff had a successful Flex Day. Thanks to Jason Robinson and his Office of Professional and Organizational Development. It was a productive day for so many. I know we faculty appreciate the time dedicated to growing together and to learning how best to serve our students and community. On March 18th, I had a brief coffee meeting with Board of Trustees President Alton Wong, who expressed his boundless support and care for our academic senate. On March 24th, Trustee Tammy Silver attended our Senate meeting. We deeply appreciate the relationship we have with the board and the support we receive from them. Also in Academic Senate, we too are preparing for our upcoming election to determine the next academic year's executive board. My team and I plan to run and continue the work we have begun cleaning up Senate committees and streamlining our efforts to achieve our Senate goals. Finally, we are continuing to work with the Office of Student Life to host the highest honors award ceremony on graduation day, as well as feed the faculty and staff who assist with and/or attend this year's graduation. Thank you for your time. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I will now head to the side of the dais with our student trustee.
So last week, Trustee Liu and I spoke on a panel on effective student trusteeship and the collaboration between student trustees and community elected trustees, hosted by the Community College League of California and the Student Senate of California Community Colleges. Say that 5 times. I would like to thank Trustee Liu for your participation and input as a wonderful mentor for me and as a former student leader, sharing with my peers how to be empowered in their roles and about how our leadership uplifts students. With a couple of months in my position, I was very happy to connect with students that are nearing the end of their terms in reflection of the work and experiences we share, as well as our hopes for the continuation of student advocacy in our respective college districts long after our terms. That being said, it was very exciting to meet many of the candidates interested in serving in next year's Associated Students Board, including those running for student trustee. I am happy to share more in the next Board of Trustees meeting alongside my colleagues on the Associated Students Board of all the hard work that has been achieved in the past year, as well as what a great cohort of student leaders I'm confident you have to look forward to. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Trustee Silver.
Thank you. I On March 26th, I attended the Pasadena Unified School District's Women's History Month event, and it showcased paintings, drawings, and stories by PUSD students, and it was beautiful and inspirational. And I'm so glad I was there. Last Friday, I attended our theater department's production of Lysistrata, and it was funny, it was bawdy, and it was a delightful evening out. The play was written in 411 BC by Aristophanes, but our students brought it to life and made it very relevant and appealing to the audience of today. I would also guess the students had a lot of fun practicing, rehearsing, and then performing this play. So I urge all to go see it. There are performances coming up this weekend. I'm not sure about Thursday, but I would also let you know that I would say it is kind of R-rated, so just you've been warned. But that was fun. I have something here that I would like to highlight, and a friend of mine, her name's Marcia Rood, R-O-O-D, not R-U-D-E, was in the Pasadena Antiques Mall and came across an old edition of the PCC Courier and brought it to me. She got it and gave it to me. It is from February 1956, and it's in amazing condition. And one of the articles that I thought I had to laugh was that in 1956, the article said that the college had been contemplating building a new music building since 1938. So I think that the Serafian, in comparison, was built with lightning speed, considering 18 years of contemplation, and they still didn't have their music building. Hopefully it was built at some point in time. So I would like to donate this 68-year-old copy of the Courier to our archives. And
1956.
I know. You're going to read it. You're going to read it. And the last thing was just serendipity that I was speaking to a student, and this just reinforces the quality of the PCC faculty, counseling, and programs. This student came to PCC without real direction, not knowing what she wanted to study. She found herself in the sciences, and the first thing she told me about was last weekend in an ocean or marine biology class. They did a physical field trip to San Pedro to gather samples of sand that they were bringing back to our lab here at PCC to analyze for microplastics. So that was just an amazing, wonderful hands-on project. Then she mentioned, out of the blue, a trip she took with the Dana Club to Sedona, Arizona. And having just had that presentation, it was much more meaningful to me. They camped. It was a 4-day, 3-night event where she camped, she hiked, she saw a night sky like she had never seen before in her life. This student had never been outside of California. This trip to Sedona, Arizona was her first time stepping outside of our state. She was thrilled. She had never hiked before, and she said, I can do it. I can hike now. And through faculty support and advice, through programming support, she is now extremely interested in sciences, geosciences in particular, something she would have never contemplated. With our support, she has applied to many colleges, has already been admitted to UC Riverside, UC Irvine with complete financial aid packages, and is currently on the wait list at Williams College in Massachusetts. So kudos to all that helped support all of our students. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Trustee Liu.
Yeah, I believe I know the student you're referencing, Trustee Silver, and yeah, she like all our students are wonderful, and I'm so glad they had that opportunity. I feel like I'm underwhelming now by comparison because I didn't bring anything besides myself today, unfortunately. But I did get yesterday an opportunity to grab dinner with Trustee Aragon, which I always enjoy. And he mentioned that it was actually 1 year since we've joined the board in this meeting, which I couldn't believe because Trustee Aragon just looks younger and younger each time I see him. But I just wanted to take this opportunity really quickly just to reflect on the year and thank everyone for the opportunity to be on this board. You know, when I joined this board, it was not only to get my Pasadena.edu email back, but it was also an opportunity to better connect. I think PCC was the district that I represent, which includes the communities of unincorporated Arcadia, El Monte, Rosemead, Temple City, and San Gabriel. You know, we all know that these communities are in our district, but sometimes because they're a little farther away, there's that, I think, disconnect that happens, unintentionally, of course. So a big goal, which I think everyone on this board, including from top down, is supportive of, has been better connecting these communities with PCC. And I think in the last year, I am so grateful for everyone's support. PCC has become members of a lot of the different civic organizations and efforts in the area. You know, PCC's become a member of the Temple City Chamber, the Rosemead Chamber, the El Monte South El Monte Chamber of Commerce's. PCC has been a partner in a lot of these community events, including sponsoring the El Monte Promise Foundation's Tamalada, the Temple City Camila Festival, which we do march in every year, and the City of San Gabriel's first ever Independence Day Parade or celebration. And even this past week was a Serafian building opening. We had representatives from cities in El Monte, San Gabriel, Temple City, and Rosemead attend. And I think a lot of them, you know, this is their first time this year visiting our campus, and they've remarked how beautiful our campus is and how, you know, grateful they are to now get to know PCC more. And I don't think that'd be possible without all of your support. And one more example of that, a couple years ago, back before I had the opportunity to join the board, I got a chance to attend a Science Olympiad tournament in Temple City High School. I obviously was not good with STEM, that's why I had to become an attorney, unfortunately. But it was such a cool opportunity seeing these students work on these science projects and get really passionate about their work, much like the work that happens, that was highlighted earlier and, you know, highlighted at the Pi Day celebration as well. So we got to host this past week, thanks to the help of people like Alex Buckelhide, the first ever Science Olympiad tournament here on PCC's campus. We had over 300 students attend from high schools all across SoCal and the San Gabriel Valley, including from Rosemead High School, Arcadia High School, San Gabriel High School, and Temple City High School. And just getting an opportunity to talk to students and see them compete in this tournament. A lot of them said that they previously hadn't known much about PCC, but now was very seriously considering PCC as an option after high school. So I think that just shows me how impactful this campus is, and to the degree we can bring more people from not only my area, but all across the San Gabriel Valley to see our beautiful campus, I think that's a great goal for the college. So, and I'll just end on this. And very quickly, for that Science Olympiad tournament, I do want to thank Alex again and PCC professors who volunteered, including Professor Chai Wei Chen, Gary Arvalo, and Michael Vondrosco. And also thank Ryan Wong and Peter Huang for organizing that on PCC's campus. And I want to close on the note that Trustee Wong mentioned about the opportunity we had to be on the panel. I think everyone in the room was impressed by the leadership of Trustee Wong. You know, we've been so fortunate to have you, and I'm glad we have you and the student AS president a little bit longer. But just being at that event just reminded me how fortunate I think we all have the opportunity to be on this board, and I definitely don't take it for granted. So thank you for having me for this year, and I hope to be around for at least 3 more. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Liu. Wow, 1 year. I think it's only appropriate for me to go down to Trustee Aragon first and work our way back.
It's always the curveball. Am I on here?
Yeah.
All right. So first and foremost, I want to say that it was wonderful to attend this Serafian building opening. Thank you, Dr. Gomez and everyone that put that together. I will share that when I was a staff member here, I would run up and down the stairs of that building because the elevators did not work. So I know they're working now. We have a beautiful building, again, like I say, which our students deserve, which our faculty deserve, and staff that work in that building. So congratulations on that all happening. It's fabulous that our names are on there. Aragon, my name is on there too. I took a picture of it and sent it to my family, and I told my nephews and nieces, and I said, you can do anything you want with your lives, you know, just sigue adelante. So congratulations to the entire community for that building. It's a great, great opportunity for everyone. So that's first and foremost. I did attend the San Gabriel Valley Economic Forecast, so I want to make sure Dr. Kumo, who's not here this evening, gets kudos for that. It was a wonderful event. I learned a lot that day. Ricardo Lara, our insurance commissioner, was there. I've known Ricardo for several years before he was commissioner, many years. And so we got a chance to talk, and I learned a lot, especially in regards how things are going to be happening continuously for our residents that have been affected by the fires. So it was important that we have that connection. I did also attend the United for Solutions Wall Las Memorias event, which was in regards to addiction, and especially in regards to the opioid and the fentanyl addiction that's affecting so many people in the community with Los Angeles, everywhere, young people. So that was an eye-opening experience. I was there for a day, and I learned a lot too about what we can do to mitigate some of that trauma. On Tuesday, April 15th, there will be an issues decoding the budget forum in my district. Council member Rick Cole, as well as our city manager, will be there. I'll be there that evening with Miguel Marquez. It's Tuesday, April 15th, for the record, at 7 p.m., Jefferson School Auditorium, 1500 East Via Street. If you want information, I'll make sure you get this, and hopefully we'll see some people there. Here we go. I'll get to that. I wanted just, before I get into the one-year anniversary celebration that I'm having at my house after, just kidding. Don't show up. That already happened last year. I want to say congratulations to the individuals. Armando Duran, I think you're still in the audience, right? With your family. Yeah, I see his hand. You know, I had the opportunity to work with Armando for many years, not only as my dean, but as a fellow counselor and a faculty member. So I'm going to say here publicly, because I was going to pull the item, but I don't want to stress anybody out, because I don't think that can happen. But I just want to say that Armando has a great heart for students. He's been in the trenches with us. And this is an opportunity as an interim position to learn and grow. So I look forward to him working with you, Dr. Gomez, to help continue to serve our students. See, Armando getting choked up. So congratulations. We wish you all the best. He's hiding back there behind the podium. All right, thank you for bringing. And then the other person I did want to, there's many people that have been employed and whatnot. I don't mean to be missing anyone, but Ana Yancy Trejo, who was one of our counselors too at the time, is currently going to now be in a full-time position, for what I see here, and as a teacher specialist. So Ana Yancy, I got a chance to work with, so congratulations to her. All those that are retiring or moving on, I'm going to miss you. Cheryl Banks, CJ Johnson. I know Sylvia is moving on, I think. She's resigning, but moving on to another position. I hope that's wonderful for her. So congratulations to all those, and I wish you all the best. I have a couple other things. As far as the one-year anniversary goes, again, I'm proud to serve on this board. I had an opportunity to meet with some of the members of my neighbors and my constituents, and just continue to make sure that they know that I'm there for them. You know, we're all there for them, but in particular those that were affected in my area. I want to give a special shout out today on my one-year anniversary to Audrey, who has been amazing. She has been an ear for me. She's helped me through this glitches sometimes I have with the systems in the computer. So Audrey, I just want to give you a big shout out. Thank you so much for working with me and for just being awesome. Yeah, Audrey. Again, I teach also, and I have a book that I use that's called The 5 Agreements. And the first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. And I've had to sit here also and hold my tongue during public comment when I've had to hear racist, sexist, homophobic things thrown at the staff. And I just want to put it on the record that it's fine. I'm fine with absorbing that. Please don't take that on anyone. Let me take that on. But when things like that are thrown, you lose my attention and you lose my respect. So I'm glad that's kind of abated for the time being. But that's part of just being in this position. So I wanted to make that very abundantly clear. And then on a good note, I'm looking forward to softball someday with Glendale College because I think we have something that should be settled, right? And I look forward to that happening because I'm ready to go.
Are you going to be the ump?
Well, I will not be umpiring.
You're going to be playing. You're going to be playing with us.
Yes, I will be playing. If so allowed. So that I believe that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Trustee Aragon.
No.
Trustee Kwong.
Mine's a little bit longer.
Come on, it's a 1-year anniversary.
It was great seeing everyone for the ribbon cutting at the Serafian Building. It was great to see my outgoing CBOC representative, Larry Abelson, who found his service fulfilling and his involvement with PCC that much more fulfilling, and really just introducing another member of my district to our institution so that they could bring it back and share with others. I'd like to congratulate my new representative on the CBOC committee, Kimberly Hughes, who is very good, very thoughtful, and I think would be a good representative for my district. Last Saturday, I went to the photo exhibit in collaboration with the Erickson Foundation and the PCC Foundation. Proud to say that the greatest majority of participants were from South Pasadena High School, followed by other members from Area 5, and that they won the top 3 prizes. And I went. Most of the photos were done on an iPhone. And it was very impressive, more impressive than my years of photography classes. And that's it.
Thank you. Trustee Chanlao.
Sure. Thank you. I'm going to be longer than James's as well, and longer than Tammy and Ryan combined. No, just kidding. So, I'd like to take this time and congratulate everyone who worked on the Serafian Building. It is a long time coming. For years and years, we've been in the Science Village, and it's wonderful to see it in its what the aspirations that it represents. And I also think that to Mayor Gordo's comments when he made being a alum of PCC, being in that building, being a child of immigrants, and I just see, you know, both Armando and Julie, who are now interim leaders at PCC, that it continues to be a immigrant story here, and the students that are coming through here, the faculty members and the staff members who are all immigrants who have contributed so much to PCC. My colleagues on the dais who are either immigrants or children of immigrants, the contributions that you have made to PCC are valued, and I think it's we need to recognize that. So again, congratulations to Armando and also Julie. I like to also comment and say that it was really terrific to host board chair Caroline Anderson and her board colleague Octavia Suss from the La Cañada School Board District here at PCC. They came to visit the Career Technical Education Program, so thank you to Dr. Gomez and Jillian Beck for coordinating that visit. It's great to see a district like La Cañada invested in career technical education for their student body. Oftentimes, we think that a 4-year college is the only path to a college education, and that's not so. There are often times when we know that whether it's a 2-year college in technical education or a lifelong learner who may be thinking about changing careers, that there is a space for everyone here at PCC. And I'd like to just acknowledge the type of collaboration we have with our school districts to continue to encourage career technical education. And this, again, the STEM program here, also the building now, are examples of the type of dreams that continue to be built here at PCC. So that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Trustee Gibson?
Thank you. I was very impressed by the Pasadena Games track and field events that happened last month. It was great to see more than 50 schools represented there and more than 1,000 youth participating in the games on the Robinson Stadium, and that was the first time since 2015 that the Pasadena Games have been held on campus here at PCC, so that was wonderful to see. I also want to welcome my appointee to the Citizens Board, Dr. Diane Lewis. It'll be great. She's from Pasadena, representing on the board, and she also lost her home during the fires, so I'm sure she will be a great contribution to the board. I enjoyed the presentation of the Garden of Flowing Fragrance, exploring origins and influence at the Huntington Chinese Garden. There was a great presentation by June Lee, who was the curator there of the garden, talking about the history of bringing the Chinese garden to the Huntington and using all the contractors from China and bringing all the materials over, the pavilions and things built in China and delivered here to the Huntington. So that was a wonderful presentation in the downstairs on April 3rd. And I want to thanks to the English and Language Studies Division, the Asian American Studies Program, the Social Science Division, and UCLA's Asia Pacific Center to bring that presentation here. That was great. Dr. Gomez and I were privileged to attend the Honors Transfer Coalition meetings at the award ceremony this year at Riverside. It was an incredible event, and we were able to observe our students, Pasadena students, with their posters and oral presentations. There were campuses from all over represented there, and the Pasadena students really excelled in their presentations. We were fortunate to be able to attend a great many of them, run from one presentation to another, and hear their presentations. You know, I really want to thank Dr. Shane Underwood and Dr. Brian Kennedy for leading this honors program here at PCC. And I want to mention the PCC students who won awards at that event. Lucas Gomez won Exemplary Achievement Award. Matvi Matsko won second place for STEM posters. Pearl Shea, Exemplary Achievement Award and Outstanding Abstract. So it was a great activity for Pasadena students, and it really shows how our honor program really excels here at PCC. So it was a wonderful thing that we were able to witness. I want to have a memory of someone who left last month, a longtime employee. Daryl Montgomery was here for 24 years, and his last position was head of facilities and construction services. And he started at PCC in 2001 as a gardener, and he also became an irrigation specialist here. And in 2013, he brought satellite automated sprinkler control system to campus. He became ground supervisor, and in 2022, he moved the groundskeeping equipment to be all electric. And so he was able to participate in PCC achieving the AGSA designation as the very first organization in Pasadena to get that. So it was great, and he also worked with the Corps and the students in putting in the California native plants. So I really want to honor all his contributions with his 24 years here at PCC. So thank you to him for his past work. That concludes my report.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you to my colleagues for an efficient meeting today. I'll be quick. I had the privilege to present at the Temple City's LEAD program, which is operated by the Parks and Rec Department for youth between middle and high schools to learn about different leadership education opportunities. LEAD stands for Leadership, Education, and Development. And it was great to be able to just speak to students and some parents that were grilling me somewhat about PCC, because I thought, it would be great to just share a message. And it turns out they want to know every gritty detail about how to come through PCC. So I felt tested, but I came through on the other side. And it was great to see the excitement in students of learning another opportunity for their educational journeys. I also want to take a second to congratulate the Planned Parenthood of Pasadena and San Gabriel Valley, an incredible organization and institution here in our region, for the groundbreaking ceremony on Lake Avenue for an upcoming dedicated healthcare center and administrative building, something that's been a long time coming for PPP SGV, and their work continues to be incredible and absolutely vital during today's times. So I want to congratulate them on doing that momentous step, and we look forward to participating at the ribbon cutting, hopefully, in about a year or so, I think is what they said. I also wanted to take a second to thank Assembly members Mike Fong, Almer Suchi, and Jessica Caloza for hosting a listening session here in the San Gabriel Valley, as they are members of the API, Asian Pacific Islander Legislative Caucus, to hear a little bit more about the priorities for folks on the ground in our communities as it relates to their legislative package for this session. They were very receptive to concerns that we have on a number of issues, but some of their focus for this legislative cycle is protecting our immigrant communities and protecting our educational institutions, including here at PCC. So I want to take a second to thank all three of those Assembly members for dedicating pretty much an entire weekend morning to literally sitting with us and brainstorming with us on what we can do to better protect and serve our API communities, not just here in the San Gabriel Valley, but statewide. And thank you to Trustee Liu, who was there as well for that event. And finally, I just wrap really quickly by just also echoing the thanks to all the work that went in to make sure that the Serafin building became a reality. I think it's really certainly we've said it's a long time coming, but I think it was incredible to see that come to fruition. And I think it's one thing that I have to continually emphasize is we also have to show our gratitude to our community with the passage of Measure PCC that is helping to fund these major investments into our campus and Rosemead eventually. That's so necessary that allows us to continue delivering the best educational spaces for our students. So that concludes my report. Okay, we'll move on to the next item, proposed future board business meeting dates. Anything? Seeing none, we'll move on to proposed future agenda items. Trustee Silver?
Yes, I would like to have a report on the Happy or Not kiosk data from 2024 with all comments that people keyed in, as well as the numerical data.
I'll continue. We'll talk about that with the staff. Okay.
Are you finished?
Oh, thank you.
Okay. I'd like to see if we could get a report on where we are with our childcare services. I know we had talked about potentially looking at a childcare center and how we provide childcare opportunities for our faculty members, especially junior faculty and some staff members. Just want to see where we are on that.
Also, we'll check in with staff on that.
And is that it? I just have, again, I'm going to request an agenda item on some reports from our empowerment programs, but I'm going to put it in an email to yourself and to Dr. Gomez so I can make sure that that happens in the
If you
future.
follow up on the items after our meetings, that'd be helpful. Thank you. Okay. Great. We'll move to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Moved by Trustee Chen Lao, seconded by Trustee Kwong. All in favor?
Aye.
Our meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.